sides of the Untitled Chapter. Yes, it is. We're going through the Rockies, and I'm going through valleys, and the connections are always very spotty through the valleys. So I don't know how this is going to work. Whether the quality's going to be good, or whether I'm just going to continually drop the signal. I don't know. I really don't know. But we'll give it a go. Let's see how this works out. I'm currently traveling east on I-70 through the Rocky Mountains. We're following the Colorado River there, as you can see to our right. It's Tuesday, the 30th of November, the last day of November in the year 2021. The time is 08:51, and it's a gorgeous but cold day. Actually, it's up to 32 degrees now. It was like, there's a rest area up here somewhere, but I stayed there once. Anyway, so, yeah, it was 22 degrees when I got out of bed this morning. I had a nice shower and a breakfast burrito. But, yeah, I travelled this road over the weekend, well, over Thanksgiving, actually, and delivered to St. George in Utah, and then picked up my next load, which was in Henderson, Nevada, which is just south of Las Vegas. It's ice cream, and this is going to a place in Denver. And then when I drop that off, I'm going to be picking up beer. Well, I'm not allowed to drink it, so I don't know why I'm making silly theatrical laughing noises. Yes, indeed, beer, and that is going through to Salt Lake City, Utah, and different route for that one. Makes more sense to travel up I-25 and do 80 through Wyoming. Check the weather, it looks pretty good. The only thing I haven't checked yet is the wind, which you always have to be careful of in Wyoming, because it is very windy. You can turn the truck over, especially if you're light, and even if you're full, they can still turn your truck over. Got to be careful. Check the weather all of the time, but when you're going through certain places, especially Wyoming's a pig, or anywhere up there, North Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, all those places. What the hell's all that steam off? I don't know. Anyway, sunny, sunny, sunny. As you can see. So they've Glenwood Springs, Aspen is the next right. So we're in the ski country now. And when I came through here over the weekend, there were people on the ski slopes. There was snow. There's no snow right now, but further down the road there was definitely snow, and people going up in the stair lifts, enjoying their Thanksgiving holidays. It was really pretty. I wish I could have been with them, although I've never skied, so I'd probably end up breaking my leg, and I don't want to break my leg, can't drive, not earning, so I don't want to be earning. What are these? Ah, swimming pools, that's what they are. There's some kind of swimming pool. There's a diving board into that one. I guess they're swimming pools for the hotels, etc. Because this is ski country. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking shite. That wouldn't be the first time. So it's very pretty, as you can see. Very pretty. These places are really, really nice to drive through. Definitely a sulfur smell around here. Yeah, definitely a 40 type smell. But yeah, they're just these places, and I'll probably lose the signal here because I'm going through a deep valley again, but they're just a pleasure to drive. So much fun to drive through places like this. It can be hard work, especially when you've got a full load like what I do have now. They can be not so much physically, but mentally demanding. You've got to be constantly on your toes, braking, slowing down, speeding up, crawling up the hills. Yeah, but they are beautiful, and this is I'm going through a tunnel, so I might lose you altogether through the tunnel. But especially when it's snowing, these could be very well. They're really to be avoided. It's Stevens Transport from I think it's mid-November through to you are not allowed to use this route. So I don't know know if I lost you there going through the tunnel. I think they got cell phone repeaters going through there, because I've been speaking on the phone going, there's a tunnel further up here by Vale, which is about 1.5 miles long, and I kept my telephone signal all the way through, so they must have some kind of cell phone repeater going through there. But sharp curves for the next 13 miles. I would say all the way to Denver, actually, for the next 160 miles. It's curves, curves, and more curves. And I'm going to be struggling here because I'm heavy, and this truck doesn't like going up hills very much. It's not the best puller I've ever driven. Probably a little bit faster than the one I had at Stevens, but still, the Volvo seemed to have more up the hills than this one does. Road work ahead. Slow down in work zone. Roadworks next to 11 miles. Oh boy, but this is beautiful. You know, I came down this road a year ago and they were working on this road, and they're still, a year later, they're still working on this road. The last time I was here, this was down to one lane, and it's the first time I'd ever driven it, and I was still in training, so it was a little bit nerve-wracking. I was going slow, and I had a massive tailback behind me, but that was all right. I don't let other people drive my truck. All right, let's slow down. Speed limit 40 miles an hour. I don't want a ticket. Look at that. It's just beautiful. This is just outrageously beautiful and breathtaking. Left lane closed ahead. It's still down to one lane. This was like this a year ago. Now this guy's he's got time to get past, but he's not going to. Amazingly enough, usually when it goes down to one lane, you'll get cars flying past. Just they don't want to be. Nobody wants to be behind the truck. We're big, slow, and cognizant. Look at that view. Isn't that amazing? $1 million view. Well, this was down to one lane a year ago, and it's never changed. Amazing. The westbound is above us now. If you look above us to the left, you can see the westbound lane, and it actually goes through a tunnel where we go alongside. We go round the edge of the cliff and they go through it. Just a road here. Remember this, I came through at night as well. The first time I came through here, it was dark, so I couldn't appreciate the view. You know. Well, I lost some of the nicest, prettiest bits, but I knew I would in a valley. You're always going to lose the picture. Unfortunately, my phone memory is full, and when I get to my destination today, I do have a SSD, a solid state drive. I'm going to transfer all my phone pictures and albums to it, so I can, because the only way I can broadcast right now is to go live. I can't record any video, so I'm just full. So there you go. I'll go live. I don't know what the picture's like, but it's beautiful drive, but it's constantly twisting and turning and up and down and yeah. Now we're in the open. We've gone through that valley. Brief respite before we go through another one and up the Rockies and down the Rockies, and it's a beautiful drive. It is a pleasure. As you can see by the shadow being cast by my truck, it's still early in the morning. Down at 28 degrees, actually the temperature's dropped. And as we get further into the Rockies, it's 09:13, 100 hours. As we get further in the Rockies, it'll get colder. So very light to no precipitation, so really don't have to worry about black ice or anything like that, which is nice. I tend to, when the temperature drops below 32 and we do have precipitation and it's nighttime, I don't drive, and I'm not risking my life for a few dollars and a load. Better to get the load there late than never at all. Better to get it there late than pour it over the side of the road. So anyway, yeah. yeah, beautiful. What you missed, you did miss a beautiful, beautiful. That pass you go through, it's just gorgeous. You're following along the Colorado River, and it's just fantastic. And just a pleasure, just a pleasure. My name is just a pleasure. You're only supposed to blow the bloody dogs off. So down to my last few sips of coffee. Had my breakfast burrito from Carl's Jr. in the Loaves. I do recommend the steak and egg burrito. It's nice and spicy. It's got a little kick to it. It's not hot, but it's a nice start to the day. It's only like $5, though it is 500 calories, which is a lot of calories. Got to try and keep it down to 1,000, 1,500 for a truck driver, because we're just not exercising enough, we're not moving enough to burn calories off. I think the recommended daily intake of calories for a normal person is 2,000, but considering that we're sitting on our asses all day, but not everybody, you know, the vast majority, you're working 14 hours at the end of it, you've got to fit 7 hours sleep in there. There's not an awful lot of time to go hiking, and most of the places you're parked up in, it's probably safer to die of a coronary disease 20 years down the road than to get mugged and shot. You know, anybody who's parked in the truck stops in West Memphis will know exactly what I mean. Exactly what I mean. Ooh. So, going to do a standalone video for this, but I'm going to talk about this because it's something I feel really strongly about right now, and it's driver retention. Driver retention. I was doing a video earlier, and I was getting right into the middle of it, and it cut off. I didn't even realize, and it's again down to the memory I've got left in this phone. I've been using it for over a year now, and it's took me a year to fill it up. You know, I've been doing videos and photographs, and I've just never deleted them. Never had to. It's only now that it's starting to affect me, so I'm going to have to transfer all this stuff and get that phone cleared and clear all the cache. I've been looking through all the apps I've got on. Some of the apps I don't even need. I'll get rid of them. There's games. I've never put games on. I've never played games on my phone, ever. You know, all this Candy Crush and Angry Birds and stuff like that. Just not interested in that kind of shit. But I've got these games that I've got like 500 megabytes of cache data, or cached, or however you pronounce it. And it's like, why? I've never used it, so I need to get rid of all of these. I think I'll have a clear up today. Yes, indeed. That was the... What happened to this X5, the car that's just in front of me now? It's a BMW. The first BMW SUVs they did, they must have had like a blind man as the designer. They look half decent now, but their first foray into the SUV market, BMW made really sucky, ugly, Pontiac Aztek type SUV. Anyway, that's a digression for you. Got a lot of time to feel and not so much to say, so I'll just talk any old shite that comes out of my mouth. Yes, I will, any old shite, while you enjoy the view, the scenery. So anyway, yeah, so so I was halfway through my diatribe against the transport department, but they've done a new study about, you know, why we're losing drivers, and their answer is just to throw new drivers at the problem. So what you're doing is you're just diluting. You're taking a good seasoned wine and you're diluting it until eventually you're just drinking water. We need to be keeping the drivers that are already here. Obviously, drivers retire, they get old, they die, they have health issues. There's a natural progression. You know, we don't live forever. But we're losing drivers who have got years and years and years and years that they can serve it in the industry, but they're disgruntled and they're leaving because of the conditions that we have to put up with. And to be addressed, they're throwing new drivers, recipe for disaster, even bigger than the self-driving trucks, which in my opinion people are all worried about, and we're 50 years away from self-driving trucks at least. I don't think that they have the ability to drive interstates and deal with all of the billions of permutations of things that can happen. They can't do that automatically. I think the only way you'll have automatically driven trucks is if we start, when we build roads, we put some kind of transmission, some kind of wire system for them to follow. I don't know, but I personally think that we're a lot of years. Anybody who's watching this video, probably not in your lifetime, will we see self-driving semis. That's my prediction. Yeah, they've got them on the road, they've got people sat in with them, and you know, for the most part they do good, but just wait till they start killing people. That's when they'll just be taken off the road, if they ever do get on the road. But like I say, the other disaster is they want to allow 18-year-old boys and girls to go interstate driving, and that's just crazy. They've got no sense of responsibility, very immature, and you know, we were all like that. I'm not knocking kids. It's the way we are. You know, you don't want to go to bed and get some rest. You want to play on your PlayStation or watch movies or jack off to a porn magazine, or do they have magazines anymore? I don't know. But you know, they want them to do interstate driving. Big mistake. So basically what they're saying is, like, my analogy that I came up with, it's like the boy who's got his thumb in the dam, right? So the boy drowns, you know, he's got his thumb in the hole in the dam to stop it collapsing. So he drowns, so they put another boy, and then they get 1,000 boys and keep everyone, as they drown, just have a new boy in there sticking his thumb in the hole, and that's the solution to the problem. That is the way the Department of Transport is solving the drivers' crisis. It's just drowning lots of boys. Now, fix the hole. Fix the hole in the dam. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be throwing loads of boys to get drowned. You need to fix the fucking hole. So what is the hole in the driving industry? Well, let's start with shippers and receivers. Big fucking bugbear of mine. Shippers and receivers who will just keep you waiting there forever and ever and ever and ever for no reason whatsoever. Perfect example for me was a few weeks ago was Shamrock Foods in Phoenix, Arizona. And I went there, they unloaded part of the load, then they threw me out again, threw me into the staging area, and I had to get another door for the rest of the load, which was bad enough, took forever. And then I got a lumper fee, so not only did they make me wait for 8 hours, but I got a lumper fee for their bad service, and I had to pay that. Now once you get the lumper fee, that means everything's done. They've unloaded your truck, they've checked the goods, did all the paperwork, everything is ready to go, everything. So all you have to do is pay that bill, they print the receipt, bring it to you with the paperwork, and you go. Well, Shamrock Foods made me wait 3 hours for that. I paid it, congratulations, you've paid it, print out your receipt, blah, 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 blah. 3 hours later, the guy comes out. He comes out with all of the other drivers' paperwork as well. Drivers who've been there half the time as me, drivers who've been there longer than me. So they were too lazy to walk out of the building and bring us them when they were ready, which was like immediately. So they just let them sit there for 3 freaking hours. They should be fined for that. There should be big fines. There should be accountability from the employers. Capstone, these were capstone lumpers. Every time I see it's capstone, I know I'm going to be there a long time. These companies have to have some accountability. They have to explain why it took so long. They have to explain why there's delays. There needs to be supervision there to the teams. I mean, how many times as a driver, have you been sat in your truck waiting forever to get unloaded or to get loaded, and there's the lumpers just dicking around. And I'm not looking all lumpers. There's some great places. I went to Costco in where was that? I believe that was Phoenix as well. Went to Costco, only a few miles away, or south of Phoenix, just south. I forget the name of the place. I arrived at the security gate, checked in, and checking out, fully empty paperwork. Checking out from the same security gate, 45 minutes for a full truck with a 53-foot trailer. So they did it in 45 minutes. Shamrock Foods took about 3 hours. 11 hours. Took 3 hours just to give me the paperwork. Somebody needs to be accountable. Capstone, they need to have accountability. Why are they so slow? What is it that is wrong with Capstone that every time you have to use their lumber service, they make you wait forever. That needs to be fixed, okay? So there needs to be supervised at Capstone. If their teams are not unloading the trucks and loading the trucks quick enough, they have to start issuing warnings to the staff. Hey, somebody needs to be asking the question, why did you make a driver wait 3 hours just to give them the receipt and the paperwork? You know, so delays at shippers and receivers, that's one big thing, because while we're sat there, especially if you're owner operator, but while we're sat there, we're earning nothing. We get paid by the mile. We only earn when these wheels are turning. That's the only time we earn money, when the wheels are turning. So it's a lack of respect, it's a lack of thought, and it's so annoying, it really is. So that's one thing. Reduce the times spent at shippers and receivers. Big thing, big bugbear. Always gets me in a bad mood when I have to spend hours and hours. Now Shamrock Foods, I won't go there again. I've got a list, a shit list I call it. My shit list has Shamrock Foods. My company is not forced dispatch, which is what I love about nights. The plane just coming in, it's a private jet, and I was just landing there at the side. So I've got a shit list, and if I don't want to go there, I'll just tell them I'm not going. So if they ever offer me a load to Shamrock Foods in Phoenix, Arizona, I ain't going. They're not going to do that to me twice. But nevertheless, you still get caught out. Some places are great for unloading and loading, some places are awful, and there's no reason for it. So fix that. Accountability to shippers and receivers. Accountability from the people who work there. Proper supervision. Proper oversight. Cut that wait time down, and that solves this issue that we have with the shipping crisis. There's a driver shortage. I bet you if you use the drivers more efficiently and not had them sitting at shippers and receivers for hours and hours and hours, then we wouldn't have a crisis. We probably wouldn't even need more drivers. Just use what you've got efficiently. Alright, next problem, parking. Parking is diabolical. I mean, you see that, you drive down or up I-75 in Florida and Georgia at 11 o'clock at night, see how many trucks are parked on and off ramps. Not enough rest areas. Now, Florida and Georgia are actually pretty good for providing rest areas. Two of the better states in the country, I think, for providing plenty of rest areas. Apart from Miami, forget about Miami. Miami's not really Florida, it's just a different country. No parking there. But the rest of Florida, you know, 75 and 95, lots of truck stops, lots of rest areas. Good rest areas with, you know, 40 parking spaces, 50. And some of the smaller ones I've seen, they've actually closed them right now so they can enlarge them. There's one near me in Ruskin on both the northbound and the southbound of 75. That is, they've closed it, been closed for a while, so they can expand the parking. Give us better parking, give us safe parking, you know. The amount of times you have to get stuck in, I mean, truck stops, there's some bad truck stops, but at least you're amongst other drivers, so there's kind of safety numbers. But occasionally you'll have to park somewhere where you just don't feel safe. And we're not allowed to carry guns. We're not allowed to keep any kind of defensive weaponry in our vehicles. Definitely not guns. So if somebody comes and attacks us, then we just have to say, oh, you bugger, go away, and they will go away, because that's the only form of defense we have. So give us some safe parking, and they don't all have to have facilities like bathrooms and stuff like that. Truck drivers will piss in a bottle, shit in the bag if they have to, but they do need somewhere safe to sleep. And that's the most important thing, because remember, if I'm driving down the road because and I'm tired because I didn't get a decent night's sleep because I couldn't find anywhere decent to park, and I plow into a minibus full of children, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. And I crashed into that because I didn't get any sleep, and I didn't get any sleep because the people who rely on us don't give us anywhere to rest. You know, just keep your truck. You can only drive 11 hours a day, but we don't want you parking anywhere. So just keep it rolling, but just for 11 hours a day, but we don't want you parking anywhere. So keep it rolling. It just doesn't make any sense. Big cities like some of the big consumer cities, Chicago, Detroit, New York City, Boston, Los Angeles. I mean, Los Angeles has got, LA's got like the Ontario truck stops, there's a Petro and a TA there, 500 spots each. However, it's $25 a night to park there. You do a 34-hour reset, just cost you $50. It's crazy. Just scalping drivers, you know, for going in these places. So the places you go to most often, which is the big cities, are the ones that provide the least amount of parking facilities. So that needs to be addressed. Give us more parking. If we've got more parking, we can rest properly, we can run more efficiently. But the way we're paid, number three, if you want to keep drivers, pay them fairly. If we are detained, then give us a fair detention. Overtime, you know, we should be reimbursed for the amount of time we do over 8 hours, you know. Are we paid by the mile? We're paid by the mile, then give us a fair mileage. We are delayed anyway, so today I'm going to the receivers, but I'm wasting pretty much 12 hours because of the appointment time, the way the appointment was structured. I'm wasting 12 hours of my day, but I'm not getting reimbursed for that. The wheels are not turning. I get no money for it. That's really not fair. And I'm not knocking the company I work for, that's just the way it is in the trucking industry. If you're going to send me somewhere and you haven't given me an appointment time that's easily achievable but also not wasteful of my time, if you don't give me that, then you should pay. You know, I mean, there is layover time and all that, but that doesn't kick in for 24 hours. As it stands today, I drive for 6 hours, then I've got to close down because my appointment time will not be for another 12 hours. So I've lost 5 hours of driving time out of that, so I should be reimbursed for that lost 5 hours of driving time. There's lots of other things, better 401k, you know, companies offer you 401k and medical benefits, but they're not very good. I'm not going to talk about the company I'm working for now, but I'll touch on the one I previously worked for, where the out-of-pocket max was $10,000. So the deductible was like $5,000. So you pay the first $5,000, and if you go to hospital, you know, somebody crashes into your truck, and you go to hospital, you got a bill for $10,000 because that's your out-of-pocket max. That's how much the insurance company will let you pay before they pay it 100%. And even that's a bit of a scam. So the health insurance, a lot of the companies do offer it now, which is an improvement, I will grant you, but what they offer isn't that good. Same with the 401k. They offer it just because they want to put it, hey, we offer 401k and medical benefits. And it's just so they can put it on a piece of paper, but generally what they offer isn't that great. So let's have some better health insurance. And we need it more than anybody. You know, we're in one of the most dangerous industries in the country as truckers. It's a dangerous job. You know, have crashes and accidents, but there's also health-related matters with regards to sitting on your arse all day and you know, the food that's available. Now, I try to eat lots of fresh greens and vegetables and fruit now, but because I've just been unable to get to Walmart for so long, I've run out. So I'm just stuck with, and there are a few healthy options in the truck stops, but not much at all, and it's kind of a joke. I mean, if you go to McDonald's, for instance, and get a salad, it's just a bowl with lettuce in and some, you know, a tiny little sprinkle of cheese and some little chunks of chicken, and that's the chicken salad. You know, it's just a rip-off. So, you know, better pay, better health, more consistent home time. Now, this is not one. This is point 4. I'm not going to throw this at nights. Night transportation and night refrigerated get you home when you're asked to be home. They've never let me down once, as opposed to my last company where they only ever got me once home on time. And one time there was like a week and a half after I'd requested before I got home. Night do make it really, really concerted effort to get you home when you request home time. They'll tailor your job to suit your lifestyle. You know, there's guys who they run locals and they're home every night. There's other guys like myself who do over the road and away for five weeks. There's some guys who are just away for 2 weeks. They tailor the job to suit you. So night this is not a criticism aimed at them, not at all. But a lot of companies, they're very poor at getting you home. They expect you to be out on the road, offering you a little support when you need it, and it's difficult being away from home, and it's difficult to tailor this job to suit your lifestyle and to keep your marriage healthy as well. Fortunately, I've got a very awesome wife, and although we hate being apart, this is working for us because it's building up to our retirement, which is not that far away. I'm 57, so not that far away at all. I don't want to be working after 65, definitely not. We are coming into a valley again, so there's a chance that I will lose this signal, but it's nice to have this opportunity to try and address some of the issues as to why we're leaking drivers like water through a sieve. So it just keep the water. The answer is to keep the drivers you've got. Driver retention is far more important and should have much higher priority than driver replacement. You're just diluting it. Like I say, my analogy, you take a wine, the best wine in the world, cost $1 million a bottle, and you just keep adding water, and eventually it's just water. You're just left with water. So keep the drivers we've got. Use them to train, better training. Actually, what you should be doing is making it harder to be a driver, not easier. And that's another point which I didn't originally plan on talking about, but that is another good point that's just come to mind. There is drivers leaving because of other drivers. When my dad's growing up, you were proud to tell people your dad was a truck driver. It was an honourable business, and they were self-supporting. Nobody's perfect. I'm not going to look through rose-tinted glasses, but some of the drivers we have now, they're just awful. Piss bottles just thrown on the side of the road, trash on the side of the road, no manners, no consideration, cut you up, speeding through truck stops. You look at all of these. All right, so I got cut off there. I predicted that when I went through that valley, I would lose. I sure did. I don't know at what point I just. Yeah, one of the points I didn't originally intend is to help retain drivers is stop getting so many crap drivers. So make it harder to get your CDL. Some of the drivers now, they just make you shake your head and just say, I don't want to work with these people. I don't want to be associated with these people. Leaving piss bottles everywhere, bags of shit everywhere. They'll shit in a bag and throw it. I had a guy, flip-flop wearer, the other day, about 2 weeks ago, wound down his window. There's ups and downs and twisties of the Rockies now. It's very pretty. Very pretty indeed. Oh, poor guy's broken down there. I get over. No, he's in a lay-by type area, off-ramp, whatever that is. So let's save out the way. So yeah, so drivers leaving because of other drivers. They don't want to be associated with the drivers that are currently on the scene. The dirty pigs, the people who don't really have any kind of interest in being a considerate, clean, wholesome truck driver. They're just dirty pigs, and we should be making it harder for them to get into the business. CDL states that you're supposed to be able to read and write in English. All the road signs that you have to deal with, all of the things that you're saying, information passed on to shippers and receivers. There could be some important information about hazardous material or anything. But if you can't read English, how can you? And it's a stipulation. You go to the shippers and receivers, and somebody can't speak English. And I'm not being racist. Don't call me racist, because these are white Europeans as well, Russians and Serbians, and from all French, German. I'm fortunate that I speak English because the country I come from invented the language. That's why it's called English. But it's how can you do this job without being able to speak and understand and read English? It's very important. Your shipping manifesto might give you information. You could be risking people's lives because you're not understanding what you're carrying. It's crazy. So a lot of drivers are looking around and seeing the new guys coming on the block, and the drivers, less wait time shippers and receivers. better pay, better reimbursements, better healthcare, more parking. All of these things can help to retain drivers. Plus, let's make it more difficult. Let's not throw 18-year-old kids in our industry. Let's not throw people who can't speak English in our business, because it's not safe. Let's look at keeping the guys we've got, the truckers who've been doing this for the years. People who know what a gear shift lever is. I mean, I drive an automatic now, and I'm happy with the automatic, but I grew up with stick shifts. I know stick shifts. I can change gears and go through the boxes, no problem. I understand the clutch. Actually, to be honest with you, after driving for a short period of time, you don't even think about changing gears. You think about it yourself. Even car drivers, if you're a car driver, especially if you're in England, in America there's not many stick shifts, but in Europe they're a lot more prominent. So I mean, when you're driving, you don't really think about, oh, I need to be in third, oh, I need to be in second. You just do it. You just automatically reach for that stick, engage your clutch, and change the gear to be where it need to be. So, but I do enjoy my automatic. I do like that. I can drive around town and drink my coffee at the same time. What's better than that? So please, you want to keep your drivers, not get new ones to replace the drivers that are leaving. Think about that. Anyway, I'm gonna let this run, because we're in beautiful country. It is gorgeous, and I'm gonna make this video run all the way to Denver if I can. Probably not be able to go that far because of the poor signal and the signal loss, but really is a pleasant drive. No snow, no snow tires, snow change required. Well, this is ski country. This is where people come on vacation to go skiing. Need to take a breath now. Need to take a breath. You drive up these roads and you see the sides of the roads, it's just all vacation chalets for skiers. Some beautiful views from the chalets on our left there, just looking straight at the mountains and the ski slopes. I can see the ski slopes. Unfortunately, you can't see them, but there's several of them just to my right there. And the ski lifts, I don't think there's anybody on them. There's not that much snow right now. There's a sprinkling on there, but certainly doesn't look enough to be able to snow on. It was a little bit thicker when I came through on Thanksgiving Day, but you know, temperatures are up now. It's 37 degrees, and so everything starts to melt. So if you've come here in November to ski, you're going to be disappointed. But you can enjoy the beautiful views. Oh yeah. You can see a ski slope in front of us there. It's like the white line going down. Closely, probably I'll see the ski lifts as well. My wife can ski, I can't, never tried it. Starting the climb, everybody flying past me as if I'm standing still, and I'm not that far off it. In a Walmart trailer there. feet we're right at now. We're going to climb all the way to over 11,500. Decent quality picture because the scenery is beautiful. Watch for wildlife, use caution. That's what the sign says. Getting to the part of the mountains now where you have to be understanding of what your truck can do and what it can't do, and where you have to start using low gears and your Jake brakes to go down these hills, because some of the grades going over here, this is one of the most difficult ones to traverse, is I-70 through the Rockies. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can kill people. I posted an article on Facebook not so long back about this guy who just come over in the country, brand new in the country, didn't speak English very well, didn't understand what he was doing, a total rookie. And his trucking company, I don't know if he's an independent contractor or if he worked for a trucking company, they should be shot with shit. Well, they sent him over this road, didn't know what he was doing, lost his brakes, drove straight past an emergency ramp, you know, which would have stopped him, didn't know what he was doing, and plowed into dozens and dozens of cars and killed 4 people, I believe. He's currently on trial for manslaughter, I believe. But we're getting to that part now where you need to understand what you're doing on these mountains. You need to understand that using your regular foot brake is not an option for your constant slowing. You need to be using your Jake brakes, and if it's slippy, you don't use them, you just use a lower gear. You can use lower gear and combination of Jake brakes in the dry, it's up to you. But I generally find with the truck I've got right now, the T680, they have very strong Jake brakes, and I can manage 6 and 7% with the Jake brakes and the occasional stab braking with my regular brakes to keep my speed down. But the trick is, you know, is not to, once it tells you you're about to start that downgrade, not to be doing 65 and breakdown then. You should be at a nice slow speed at that point and then maintain it. There's a ski slopes over to the right hand side there. Obviously there's nobody on them because there's no snow. But you can see the defined slopes, and there's cable cars running up there as well. And all of the hotels on the right for the skiers. Very pretty. But yes, so it's really important to understand that, to understand exactly what your truck can and can't do. And it can't go down long mountains on your foot brakes, because you're going to kill yourself and somebody else. I've actually got Stevens, they didn't provide them, they actually sold them, but I bought them just for interest. But they actually list all of the big mountains in the United States and the downgrades and how long they are and so on and so forth. Very interesting reading. And they do require you during your training to have gone up and down two of the specified mountain ranges in their list, so you have experience. Now, the only thing I will say is that my trainer just basically took me up this, what was it? It was the one near El Paso. What do they call it? I forget. You know, any of you drivers out there, I'll Google it. There is a big mountain pass. I think it's an 8% grade just off El Paso. Tan or Taff or something like that. I can't remember. I'm old. What can I say? But he basically says, go up and then come down, put your jake brakes on. And that was his training. And that really wasn't mountain training, you know, because, yeah, in ideal, perfect weather conditions, you can go down using your jake brakes. But he should have went through the theory and, you know, how to use your low gears, how to put the truck into manual mode and keep it, you know, what gear to be in. There's two trains of thoughts with going downhill on a mountain, and they say one gear less than going up that hill. So if you've been up with before box you've got, then half that. So if you've got a 12-speed box, go down the hills in 6. If you've got a 13-speed box, if there's such a thing, just shut up. We're not interested. Don't be a clever shit. So, well, yeah, that's all I got trained for. It was down the hill, put your jake brake on maximum, and use your foot brake just to bring the speed down to a level. And that was it. That was my training. And it's like, I'm thinking, well, that's not really, that's great. I got trained in June in the summer. Beautiful, sunny days, dry conditions. What about the first time I go solo and I'm in the snow or in the rain? In slippy conditions, you're not supposed to use your jake brakes. So anyway, I figured it out myself. Did some research. If you've never been down mountains before, if it's wet, try to avoid your jake brakes as much as you can. Pre-select the gear, know how to switch your, if you've got an auto box, which most people do have now, is know how to put it in a manual. Whatever speed box you've got, half of that, so 12 speed, go down in 6. If it's a 10 speed, go down in 5th. And then start brake. You can either have gentle pressure, very gentle pressure, to keep your speed to a certain level, or what I prefer to do is start brake. So I'll go down to, say, 50 miles or 45 miles an hour. When it gets up to 50, I'll apply pressure to bring it back down to 45, then release, allowing the brakes to cool. And when it creeps back up to 50, brake again, back to 45, or to 40, actually, to 40, let it build up again. And that's how I usually go down the hill, using the start brake system and jake brakes, or using your manual mode. But understand it, you know, and you know, if you're not comfortable, pull up to the side of the road and don't do it. If you don't want to go down that 7% grade in the snow, pull out the side of the road. I wouldn't, but screw that. You wouldn't catch me going down 7% grade or a 5% grade if it was snowing. I actually did that in Wyoming at Laramie, and it's very slippery conditions, and went down this 5%, and next rest area pulled in and went to sleep for the night. Temperature was dropping rapidly, and there was lots of precipitation, so where the wetness was in the road, that was going to turn into black ice. So I said, oh hell with this, and I pulled in and went to sleep. I woke up and drove when the temperatures got above freezing again, which is what it did. 94 miles to Denver. Nice that we're keeping the signal in these valleys. I hope you're getting a high definition picture and it's not pixelated. I don't know, I can't tell. Beautiful day. All those beeps you're hearing is my GPS warning me of a sharp curve. So you'll hear that a lot. Beep, beep, beep. It means there's 3 sharp curves immediately ahead of you. This one's not that bad. It's recommended 60 miles an hour, so, but I'm not doing 60 because I'm going uphill, so I don't have to worry about that. I've never been out in the mountains for 3 days now. That's all I've done. Got lucky with the weather. Chain law enforced. Okay, climbing. We're going to be going slow. I have no choice. Heavy load and geared for economy. This vehicle is set up for economy driving, which makes it slow up the hills. Chain stations, half a mile and 1.5 miles. I carry chains, I don't use them. I carry them because I have to. Speed limit 65. If only I could do 65. Sorry, so I have my signals on, my indicators for this kind of speed. River National Forest. This is what we're going through now. White River National Forest. I don't need to worry about the speed limit being 65. I ain't getting anywhere near that right now. Destination. If you're watching this video right now and do have a viewer, if it goes off, it will come back on. I'm not going to end the video until I get to my destination. So, as you can see, we've got snow at the side of the road there and ice. Hazards off for like 5 seconds there. We're back down to 46. Let's put the altitude on. Right now I'm at 9,343 feet and climbing. 374. Going up. Slowly. Wow. You just joined me where something keep coming on and going up. 300 and climbing. Look at the mountains to our right. How beautiful and majestic is that? Vale Plus, elevation 10,603 feet. Vale Pass. Go higher though. million view right there, folks. lose your signal coming through another valley. If I haven't lost you already, I soon will. Officers Gulch. I wonder what the story is behind that name. I'm surprised. Still. Going through some valleys now, and will be to. Beautiful is that? I don't care who you are, that is beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Frisco, cute little snow town, ski town, the Alpine Inn. What time is it? It is now 9 o'clock. Should get my location, shut down, 10-hour break, and then back to work again. Dropped all the way back down to 9,000 feet from 10 and a half. We do climb up to 11. Back up to 11, so we've got another 2,000 feet to climb back up. We came down using jake brakes, an occasional stop, but I hardly use my brakes. That's actually will be a lovely area. Just I should have stopped and took some pictures. That's gorgeous. Nice area to take a break. I'm not worried. I need to get to where I'm going. That's the thing about being a trucker. You know, I had this vision of, stopping with taking my DSLR camera every time I saw a beautiful area, stopping and taking pictures and enjoying it. But really, you're always in a hurry. You don't really have time for that. Some drivers. But if you want to keep the schedules, make your delivery times, and make money, you got to keep the pedal to the metal. You silly bar. changed until 5:31 that late into the season. Hey, that's amazing. Tunnel ahead, tunnel a hole. What you calling a hole? I ain't no hole. Alright, that's the downy, back to the uppy. Come on, Penske truck, move. Very slow. Supplies of Mr. Amazon not flying away on the hills. Hopefully he doesn't pull up on me. I cannot slow down and let him in and lose all my pace. But then I'm going to have to slow down because the cement truck, they're usually very slow. Very slow. This Amazon, it must be heavy. It's an older truck, it's an older Freightliner. Don't squeeze me, dude, I've got nowhere to go. I think he's got me now. T680 I'm driving, the downshift, you really lose a lot of revs on your downshift. There, look, I've just changed down, I've lost like 3 and 4 miles an hour. It's really annoying. See that loss of speed I was getting, I was actually fast in that prime, but lost all that speed on the downshifts. Flip-floppers. Well, even that cement truck's pulling away from me. Shoulder. If he could have made it another 40 feet, 100 feet, he could have been in the hard shoulder, yeah. down. I mean, this is where your truck is working the hardest up these hills. I'm watching my temperature all the time. The fan's kicking in to cool the water down and the oil. I'm watching the oil pressures and the oil temperatures as I'm going up. Everything's fine so far. Thing about braking down here is like no truck's going to hit you at high speed. You get hit by a truck, even if you're blocking the entire lane, there's something seriously wrong. 1,000 feet. Breathing a fresh mountain air. Yeah, man. Oh, you fucker. Scare the shit out of me, you bastard. There's that trailer there. Empty trailer. Jesus Christ. 10,300. So on the semi-steep points, we seem to be catching the Amazon, but on the really steep points, he pulls away. All to do with the gearing, I guess. Obviously light. When somebody passes you that fast, they're either empty or light. Guy's not going past me too fast considering he's empty. He's going a whole lot faster than that. Empty. Jesus Christ, dude. Took brake check half a mile. That means we're going downhill. 10,931 and climbing. We're going to hit 11,000 feet very shortly. 10,950. To 11,000 feet. There you go, folks. We're now at 11,000 feet. That's a long way in the air. 11,000 feet. We've got a tunnel to come through shortly. Let's see if we lose you through the tunnel. Here we go. and a half long. Johnson Tunnel. Oh, maybe this is not the one. Elevation 11,158 feet. 11,158 feet, folks. Going through the tunnel. Going through the mountains, just like Gandalf and Frodo Baggins, and Bilbo Baggins. Oin and Gloin, and Thorin. We don't have to worry about goblins, though. Out of the tunnel. I was watching the crosswinds coming out of the tunnel. Whee! Beautiful view again. And now we got to go down, down, deeper and down. Downhill grades, next 44 miles. How are your brakes? Well, I'm going to use them as little as possible. What? Speed down. Descend into Denver now. the slowest on the road, not because my truck is, but because I choose to be. I'm just taking my good old time going down, using my Jake brakes. No hurry at all. Those ruts in the road, the tram lines of other trucks and that, I've just wore in a really bad there. Problem being is, closing this road down, yeah, you know, I'm going to pull in. I'm going to pull in and have a look at something. Take a little break. I'm going to have a look at something. Just going to leave the camera on.
Would you like to change your duty status?
Alright, let's do the brake. Slack adjusters. route into Denver. There's a saying I have to go over a weight restricted road, and it's bullshit because it's the only access road into this place. Let's give me an opportunity. Nice cold glass of Coke. Pepsi. Excuse me. Por favor. $60 miles left to go. Jake brakes are doing all the work right now. I'm doing nothing. Anybody, I could take this guy, but I'm not going to unless he slows down too much. Not in a race. You're on your brakes, dude. You shouldn't be on your brakes. You're on your brakes way too much. Use your jakes. It's the key. He's on his jakes now, I believe. Ain't hot because I'm not using them. I've given one start in the last several minutes. Jake brakes are doing all the work going down. Slowing down a little bit too much actually. Scenery. 6% grades, that's 2.5 miles. 5 is not bad. Once it gets to 6 and 7, you've got to take your time. I'll just let the truck come down its speed. See, I'll start stabbing it at like 50. Well, no, it's 45 anyway. Yeah, I don't know this guy's. Brakes, so much of an issue is going to pull over. Must be the ruts in the road. Nasty pull there. These trucks. A little bit of a stop there, keeping it there, good speed. A little stop. What a view. Now the speed, it's nice and steady. It's a little bit further, a little bit higher. There you go. Number of a stop. Keep it down. Hardly using my brakes. Just enough to bring me back 5 miles an hour. Look at that ski town down there. It's beautiful. You see the ski lifts going up the ski slopes along. Jesus Christ, you couldn't ski on that, surely. It's way too steep. Beautiful. No trucks over 35 feet. We are not allowed. You can't come into our city. We'll eat all of your produce and use everything that's on the back of your truck, but you can't come. Oh, really? Yeah. No trucks in there. There's the lake there at the bottom. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. Georgetown. Hi, Georgetown. Your beautiful scenery. It must be nice to live here. Harsh in the winter. Having to deal with all those students and skiing. Very harsh. Alrighty, that was easy. Easy peasy. When the roads are dry and clear like this. Gusty wind area, next 7 miles. We're traveling through this valley. Oh, it's not me. Burning plastic. It's burning. It's not my truck. Definitely a smell of burning plastic somewhere. CB's not on. Should always have his CB on. Idiot in the Subaru out back there. His cell phone is just overtaking me, as most people are these days. 19, Lady Trucker, show me your titties. Wow. I would never say that. Speed limit's 55, better bring it down. Don't want a ticket. Go with the variable speed limits on here, I guess. All trucks must use right lane, way station ahead. Okay. Speed limit 55. Bypass. Bleep, 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 bleep. Fast pace means I have a bypass from the way station because I am underweight. Way station is open, so we're not working today. None of them were open Thanksgiving. Guess I'm going to run overweight doing on Thanksgiving. Black Friday. Some coming out. Some room. Overtake his prime trucks and Trans Am and old ones. Yeah, still descending into Denver. Trucks, Volvos, don't care what anybody says. Great trucks. Love mine. I'm fine with the T682. I like this one better because of the rear area. It allows me to sleep and to function better in the back. The front side is probably better. Volvo's better. But rest, sleep and relaxation is really emergency, and that's where you go. I wonder if they've got porn there. Still got a massive amount of viewers watching this, which is 0. So I'm talking to myself. Joe Rogan didn't have this problem. Slowly descending into Denver. Descent, I'm not even touching my brake at all, just varying my Jake brake strength. Just the one I need. Nice cold brakes, should I need them. Shamrock Foods, I hate that place. I don't hate Shamrock, I hate the lumpers. You know, I'm sure it's a very great company, and I just hate the lumpers that work there. Won't ever go back. This shortly and coming into Denver. Out of the wilderness and into the people. They have a big TA in Denver. It's like 500 spots. I was delivering one night last year. It was in the winter. Must have been December because it was like 5:30, pitch black, so I had to be, and pulled in there for it, and it was full at 5:30, 500 parking spots. Amazing. Well, that was a beautiful drive, almost over, back to the urban areas now. boy, 52 miles an hour. Not in a hurry. Get there, close down, 10-hour break, get delivered, get back to sleep, then head off to my next load for 6 a.m. in the morning. All in the plan. Oh, come on, car. Always turn them off, that's good. Back off. First time I've done this in this direction. Obviously, a couple of days ago I went west, and now it's the first time I've done the Vale Pass and I-70 through the Rockies heading east. I didn't expect this. Some more uphillsies. Truckers, are your brakes adjusted and cool? Stick grade, sharp curves, 9 miles ahead. Don't say you weren't warned. with the climbs, but apparently not. Still should start to see Denver soon, though. Begin our descent into the city. Incline there, 6%. Let's bring her right back. County, gateway to the Rockies, or exit gates to the Rockies in our direction. King Super, that's where we're going. Rail again. Station and brake cooling area, so that tells us we're about to descend excuse me, into Denver. blend in there by the looks of it. There we go. Stingrays. Should see Denver now, and there we have it. There is the city of Denver beneath us.